Hello students, how are you? I am your teacher Atul sir, and today on online session of Nagarjuna Public School Standard 8 Science we will start our lesson number 1. What is the name of lesson? The name of the lesson is crop production and management, right? So welcome once again. Now we will go for the chapter. So crop production and management, as you know that our country has having second largest population, right? So to fulfill the demand of food of these entire nation's people, we have to do proper agricultural practices. And what are those agricultural practices that we are going to learn in this lesson? Traditional agricultural practices are also there and modern agricultural practices are there. But beside that, we will also learn that what are the new techniques, right? What are the new techniques of storing the food? Storage of food is also important. Agricultural practices, comparison between tradition and modern, everything we will learn. Okay. So first of all, we have to understand what is meant by crop. Before that, we will discuss about the different food substances that we are eating right from our morning to night. Okay, for example, we eat cereals, bajra, rice, vegetables, fruits. So many uncountable things we are obtaining from the plants. Okay, food is one of essential of them. Food, from where does food comes? This we have learned in standard 6. As we know that plant is producing food for us. But what about the olden days nomadic people? Nomadic people means people those who were wandering before 10,000 BC. See here, before 10,000 BC, these nomadic peoples, they were wandering in search of food as well as proper shelter. So they were eating raw fruits, or we can say raw vegetables, and again they were hunting the animals को kill करके खाते थे, their raw flesh, isn't it? Later on they have started growing wheat and rice. They have learned how the wheat and rice are growing, and they have started growing wheat and rice. So how they became food gatherers to food producers? कैसे बने वो? पहले फूड जमा करते थे, राइट? दे वेर लिविंग इन हर्ड. सो हाउ दे वेर become food gatherers to food producer, that we are going to learn in this lesson. Okay, so food is essential part of all the living things. Without food we cannot do any kind of work. For proper growth of our body and for bodily functions, our excretory system is there, circulatory system is there, and entire body. How our earth has 70% water, isn't it? In this manner, this water is also essential for us. Okay, so food and water, they are both important for us. And now this food means crop. Actually this food means our crop, and crops are the plants which are grown at one place. Same kind of plants, right? Same kinds of plants growing at one place is called crop. See here, what is the definition of crop? Growing of same kind of plants on a large scale, that is called crop. Now crops are classified according to what the different substances they are giving to us. For example, what is food producing, oil producing, and fiber producing? Food producing crops means what we can say that cereals like wheat, rice, bajra. Then pulses are there, isn't it? Cereals, pulses, vegetables, fruit, etc., etc. Okay. Oil producing, as you know that from some seeds, after crushing them, right, we can get oil from them. So they are coconut, groundnut pea, and sesame. Sesame means til ka tel, right? And so many almond is also there, and few are fiber producing like cotton is there and jute is there. So this already we have been learning right from our lower classes, right? Just I am taking your revision. Then food, without food we can't survive. Food is essential for bodily functions. Nomadic people, they were wandering. This we have learned. Now food Crops can be classified on the basis of their growth and in different seasons. For examples, some crops they are best grown during summer season, and some crops they need a cold atmosphere, they grow best in winter season. So on the basis of their season, crops are divided into two types. One is kharif crop and other is rabi crop. Kharif crop and a rabi crop, right? So kharif crop they are also known as summer crops. Kharif crops which are grown between June to September. Their sowing period is starting right from June after the rain, when rain comes. But their preparation started right from month of May. May में उनका preparation शुरू हो जाता है. Then they start preparation and sowing, and their harvesting period is after 3 to 4 months, that is September. Okay, so the crops which are grown between June to September, they are called kharif crops. Example, paddy is there, maize is there, right? If you go through the textbook, you will get number of examples. You should write them in your notebook. I am giving you few examples here. Okay, then rabi crops. Rabi crops are called winter crops. They are called winter crops. Crops which are grown between October to March. Their period is sowing period is October and harvesting is period March or April. 2 months here and there we can count. So October to March. Example, gram is there, pea is there, mustard is there. Mustard oil also we can get here. Mustard, right? So crops are the plants of same kind which are grown on a large scale, right? Depends on their growth, seasonal growth. Plants are classified into crops are classified into kharif crops and rabi crops. Kharif crops they grow best in summer season. They need less water, more heat and high temperature little bit. And rabi crops they need less temperature, less water. So on the basis of their season, crops are divided into kharif and rabi crops, right? And next, after this, what we are going to understand, we are going to understand the practices done by the farmers, agricultural practices, right? Agricultural practice. So agricultural practices, right? Agricultural practices involve at least 7 to 8 different steps. In some books 7 practices are given, in some book 8 are there. In our NCERT 7 practices are given there. Okay, but we will discuss in detail. First agricultural practice is preparation of soil. As you know that human they have started growing crop at one place, which is called agriculture, right? So the growth of plant should be in a proper manner. Okay, so for that proper management should be there and proper practices should be there. So what is a farmer actually doing? Actually farmer is doing lot of hard work. Okay, farmers they are doing lot of hard work. They are continuously working in their field to produce crop. Okay, so what are the agricultural practices? Preparation of soil, loosening of, that is preparation of soil. Then second one, selection of seed. Fourth one, sowing of seed. Fifth, this fourth one, adding manure or fertilizers. Okay, there are 8 practices, but we will take step by step. First we will see 4-1. Preparation of soil, selection of seed, sowing of seed and addition of manure and fertilizer in their soil. Okay, so the selection of seed has not given in our textbook, but it is one of the important part of agriculture practices. Why? Because selection of seed, if seeds are damaged, if the seeds are damaged or not good quality, then obviously the whatever the yield will be there, that yield will not be in good quality or quantity. So that's the reason this I have added in it. Okay, it is already given in a very short manner in your textbook, but it is one of the important practice. So we will go for preparation. See here, what is the word preparation? You are well aware about this word preparation. If you want to do anything, for that you need to do some work, that is called preparation. You have to collect some things, you have to do something, you have to plan something, that is called preparation. Can you attain any exam without preparation? Is it possible? Not possible. So preparation is very important, plan is very important. Okay, so what the farmers they are doing at very beginning of the farming practice, first one is preparation of soil. Now this preparation of soil involves main important points. What are the main important points? These main important points means there are different kinds of preparation. जैसे it is not possible कि seed लो और soil में लगा दो और crop आ जाएंगे. It is not so easy. Okay, so farmer they are not directly collecting seed from the market and sowing it and growing the crop. No, it is not possible. So proper and better practice is important. So what they are doing, preparation of soil. Soil को तैयार करना जरूरी होता है, right? For better crop, for better growth of crop, for better yield, the soil quality should be good, right? As you sow, in that manner you will get the proper quality crop. So preparation of soil. Preparation of soil involves these steps. What is first one? Loosening of soil. Soil को prepare करना यानी soil को loose करना. Loose. अब ये जो soil है, this soil is hard. This soil is hard. You cannot grow good crop in this hard soil. For that you have to do number of practices. What? Loosening of the soil. This loosening of the soil can be done with the help of some फार्मिंग इम्प्लीमेंट्स, राइट? फार्मिंग टूल्स जिसको हम क्या बोलेंगे? प्लो, PLOUGH, प्लो इज देयर, कल्टीवेटर इज देयर एंड हो, HOE. These are the main farming tools. ये क्या है? फार्मिंग टूल्स है. They are called farming implements, right? We will also understand with the help of their diagrams. उनके डायग्राम से हम को समझ के लेंगे. ओके, सो लूजनिंग ऑफ सॉइल इज इंपॉर्टेंट. देन टर्निंग ऑफ सॉइल. टर्निंग सॉइल, सॉइल शुड बी लूज. अब लूज होना क्यों जरूरी है? बिकॉज इफ द सॉइल इज लूज देन एरिएशन विल बी इन अ गुड मैनर, बिकॉज रूट्स दे कैन नॉट पेनिट्रेट डाउन. रूट्स कैन नॉट पेनिट्रेट डाउन. रूट्स नीचे नहीं जा सकते इफ द सॉइल इज नॉट लूज. So for that reason soil should be loose, and to make this soil loose, what farmers they are doing, they are giving watering to entire soil. Their farm को क्या करते? Completely watering करते, because the soil becomes very hard. This hard soil should be softened, right? After watering what happens? The percolation will be there. Soil will absorb this water, and in this way soil becomes soft, and this soft soil with the help of plow they can make it loose. They can make it loose. After loosening the soil the aeration rate will be more, which is very important, right? Then turning of soil. Turning of soil up down. टर्निंग ऑफ सॉइल का मतलब क्या होता है कि जो नीचे की सॉइल है वो ऊपर आना, ऊपर की सॉइल नीचे जाना. व्हाई? बिकॉज इफ द सॉइल इज नॉट turn upside down, then the nutrients, the proper distribution of the nutrients will not be there. And as you know that under the ground topsoil, right, many microorganisms are living there. These bacteria and non-green plants, right, they are living there, surviving there, and if you give them favorable condition they will do decomposition process, right? And this is good. This is nothing but preparation of manure, that is humus, organic matter. So for that turning of soil upside down is important. Loosening of the soil is also important. To loosening of the soil means the root they will get penetrate downside, अंदर की तरफ वो grow होते हैं. Okay, and in addition to that earthworms are also there. If the soil is loose earthworm also can roam under the ground, and earthworm के लिए air होना जरूरी है for breathing purpose. Okay, so loosening soil helps earthworm to move, and earthworm is also whatever the waste material is given by the earthworm, that waste material is humus for the growth of plant. Okay, so earthworm is also best friend of farmer beside these microorganisms. Okay, so loosening of soil is important. Turning of soil, tilling and plugging is important, right? So they are also nothing but help to what we can say that disturb that top layer, and you have to mix the entire soil particles, whatever the crumbs are there. जिसको हम बोलते हैं मातीचे ढेकड़े। सपोज ये सॉइल है, सॉइल को ऐसे ऐसे बड़े 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 जो स्टोन्स होते हैं, स्टोन इन द सेंस व्हाट, जिसको हम क्रम्स बोलते हैं, क्या बोलते हैं, क्रम्स, CRUMBS, क्रम्स यानी मातीचे ढेकड़े होते रहते हैं। इफ दे आर लाइक अ स्ट्रॉन्ग पेबल्स और स्ट्रॉन्ग स्टोन, क्रॉप विल नॉट ग्रो, सो दे हैव टू ब्रेक इट। फॉर ब्रेकिंग, टिलिंग एंड प्लगिंग इज इंपॉर्टेंट। प्लो जो होता है, दिस प्लो इज व्हाट वी कैन से, इट इज अ हार्ड मेटल रहता है यहाँ पे, plow shape, what it is called, plow shape. So this is going into the soil and try to make it, break it into small pieces, and after doing it into small pieces, so leveling of soil is done, isn't it? Leveling soil एक level में होना जरूरी। If the soil is not in a proper level, then distribution of the nutrients, whatever the fertilizers, manures are there, it will not be distributed properly. So these four things are the basic things. Growth of the plant is totally depend on these four things. What is first one? Loosening of soil, turning of soil, tilling or plugging, and leveling the soil. Okay, so these are the first four important preparations before sowing the seed. Now second one is selection of seed, right? Selection of seed, सिलेक्शन ऑफ सीड का मतलब क्या होता है कि सीड शुड बी ऑफ गुड क्वालिटी। सिलेक्शन ऑफ गुड क्वालिटी, सेलेक्ट गुड क्वालिटी, सेलेक्ट गुड क्वालिटी सीड, सेलेक्ट गुड क्वालिटी सीड, सिलेक्शन ऑफ गुड क्वालिटी सीड्स, राइट? सिलेक्शन ऑफ गुड क्वालिटी सीड, सेलेक्ट गुड क्वालिटी। अब ये कैसे करेंगे, हाउ टू डू दिस? अभी हमको देख के तो पता नहीं लगता हाउ इट इज गुड और बैड। सो फॉर दैट सम टेक्निक्स आर देयर, दिस टेक्निक्स फार्मर्स शुड अडॉप्ट। सो हाउ टू मेक इट, हाउ टू क्लियर इट वेदर द गिवन सीड्स आर ऑफ गुड क्वालिटी और नॉट? सो वन सिंपल एक्सपेरिमेंट इज देयर, टेक beaker, in that beaker or bowl take water and add these all seeds, right? Add these all seeds, whatever the seeds are available, these are the seeds. Okay, so these seeds we are going to add, these are seeds. These all seeds are not of good quality, only few are of good quality. How we can see, put these all into the water, right? Put them all into the water, and after some time you will see that some seeds, they are ड्रोन और दे सिंक एट द बॉटम। कुछ जो सीड्स होते हैं वो बॉटम में, बॉटम तक आ जाते हैं, एंड सम सीड्स दे आर सो फ्लोटिंग ऑन वाटर। सो दीज आर बैड सीड्स। बैड सीड्स मीन बैड क्वालिटी, दीज आर बैड क्वालिटी, दीज आर डैमेज्ड और दीज आर डेड इवन। देखो, उसको हम डैमेज्ड सीड भी बोल सकते हैं, डेड सीड भी बोल सकते हैं, या बैड क्वालिटी, बिकॉज दे डू नॉट हैव लाइफ इन देम। उनके अंदर लाइफ ही नहीं है। Why? Because whatever the seed is there, when you are keeping any seed into the water, whatever the micropyle is there in the seed coat, that micropyle is absorbing water and that seed becomes bulky. है ना? आपने बहुत बार बादाम खाए होंगे, isn't it? रात को भिगो के रखते। So that, what is that actually? When we are putting any seed, dry seed into the water is going into the seed. Okay? And the seed becomes swell or bulky. So these seeds are of good quality. ये जो seeds है, ये good quality के seeds है जो नीचे bottom में आते हैं. Okay, these are good quality seeds. So this is important part of the agriculture. अगर farmer is using a bad quality seeds and afterwards, after 3-4 months, when the crop is not good harvested, right? If the crop is not good or yield is not good, he is blaming. But before sowing only, we have to select the seed. So this is what one of the important part of the practice, agricultural practice. Second is selection of seed. Now you have got, okay. So we will go for sowing of seed, right? We will go for the sowing of seed. We will go for the, so next step of agricultural practices is sowing seed. अभी देखो हमने selection of seed we have done, right? Preparation of soil भी हो गया, right? Soil is ready for accepting seeds. Then selection of seeds also done. Now it is a time to spread the seeds on the farm in a proper manner. Okay, so that is called sowing of seed, जिसको सीड को लगाना बोलते हैं ना फार्म के अंदर. सोइंग ऑफ सीड. सो सोइंग ऑफ सीड्स, देर आर सेवरल मेथड्स, right? There are several methods nowadays. Modern agriculture farmers, they are using different machines, right? Different machines, but some farmers, they are not that much rich, so they are doing it manually. Okay, so traditional tools are there, then manual sowing is also there, and seed drill is there. Different tools have been given, and if you go through the notes which I have given in our book, okay, you go through our notes, okay, my notes, you will get these all pictures. I have given there exact picture of sowing, seed drill, and manual sowing. So it is depend on that farmers, what we can say, that farmer, whether it is modern farmer or poor farmer, rich farmer or poor farmer. So traditional tools are also available, manual sowing is there, seed drill is also there. So sowing of seed का मतलब क्या होता है कि जो seeds होते हैं, they are should be planted in a proper manner. जैसे ये farm है, look at this farm is there. In that farm, funnel like structures are there. These in the soil, continuously in one line, there should be a proper sowing should be there. Now while sowing the seeds, we have to be very careful. There should be a proper distance between them. Proper distance should be maintained. Proper distance should be maintained. Now why proper distance should be maintained? Because if the seeds, they are sown at together, then there will be a competition. So neither this plant or other plant, they will convert into a good crop or a healthy sapling. So for that reason, to give them proper chance, we have to separate them. There should be a proper distance between two seeds, right? And second thing is that seed should be deep, right? The depth, DEPTH, depth of seed is proper manner. Depth means what happens? Suppose this is topsoil and you are pressing the seeds here downside at the, then what happens? Whatever the humus is available is there, that humus is at the top side only, top layer. Humus कहाँ पे available है? Top layer. And if you are sowing your seed at the depth, then what happens? This seed will not get enough and favorable condition for germinating. As a result, these seeds will not germinate and sapling will not develop from those seeds. So that's the reason the depth of seed is important and the distance between the seed is also important. And for that reason, they have to do it manually. Manually sowing is there. And if you are having machineries, you can use seed drills. Seed drills are also there. Funnel like structure is there, which is used to sow the seeds in a straight line. You might have experienced that whenever you are going out of your city during vacations. So whatever the farms are there along the roads, along the roadsides, so these all farms already they have started growth and they are all in a straight line. This straight line because of what we can say that seed drills. The next one is adding manure. What is the next one is adding manure. Adding manure का मतलब क्या होता है कि addition of manure. As you know that for the growth of plants we need proper what nutrients to them, isn't it? Without proper nutrients, for example carbohydrate, proteins, how they are important for us, isn't it? When you are you were a child, just remember how your mother were back of you to take milk, to take different kinds of nutrients. For what reason? For your proper growth. Now farmers, they are also taking a good care of their crop just like their child. So they are giving all the possible things whatever they want to give for proper growth of crop. For that, addition of manure is there. addition of manure or fertilizer. Manure and fertilizer, lot of difference is there. Manure is an organic substance which is made up of all biodegradable substances, and fertilizers are chemicals. Fertilizers are made by the chemicals. Generally farmers, they are using NPK, that is nitrogen, phosphate and potassium. These are the chemical fertilizers. If you add these fertilizers, then these fertilizers, they go into the soil and they add nutrients to the soil. These nutrients are utilized by the crop for the proper growth of plant. Okay, organic manure is what? Organic manure is also good. There is a continuous, what we can say that, differences. Always we are learning manure and fertilizer, which one is good, manure acha hai ya fertilizers acha hai. But what we can say that fertilizers, they are having some restrictions, because if you add fertilizers continuously into the soil, then the soil become acidic. Addition of more fertilizers makes soil damage. It can damage the soil, and if the soil get damaged, acidic, it will reduce the productivity. The fertility of the soil get reduces if you are adding number of manures and in more quantity of manures, in more quantity of fertilizers, right? So fertilizers है वो chemicals है. Chemicals आपको मालूम है, if they are crossing their limit, if they cross their limit, they are damaging the soil. लेकिन manure का ऐसा नहीं है. Manure is increasing the, what we can say that, texture of the soil. Soil का texture increase करता है. Manure is also increasing the water holding capacity of the soil. Soil की water holding capacity manure क्या करता है? Increase करता. And anyhow it is also a good food for microorganisms, जो भी bacteria होते हैं underground. So these bacteria and small insect like saprophytic plants are there. These saprophytic plants, they utilize this manure and again make soil more fertile. So manure is not harming the soil. What fertilizers they are harming, because fertilizers are made in chemical factories. Chemicals are not good. Okay, if the farmer, they are using more than sufficient amount of fertilizers in their field, obviously they will damage the soil, and year by year the fertility of the soil get reduces and the yield, crop yield is also getting reduces. So this is happening because of fertilizers. But farmer, they are using fertilizers. If you use fertilizer in a wise manner, wisely use of fertilizers can increase the fertility of the soil and as well as the growth or the yield of crop. ज़्यादा production कर सकते हैं. Okay, so but there are should be proper methods are there. That method also we are going to understand, right? So whatever the agricultural practices are there, we have learned 4 agricultural practices. Number 1, preparation of soil. In second, selection of seed. Third, sowing of seed. Fourth, addition or adding manure and fertilizers. Okay, so next 4 steps again we are going to understand. Till you have to note down this. Hello students, see here. So we have learned agricultural practices. 4 part we have learned. What are those? Just revise. Preparation of soil, then selection of seed, sowing of seed, adding manure and fertilizers. Now we will understand the most important system, right? Agricultural practice or system, we can say irrigation method. What? Irrigation method. Irrigation का मतलब क्या होता है? Irrigation means supply of water. अगर आप क्रॉप को प्रॉपर सप्लाई नहीं करेंगे तो क्रॉप की ग्रोथ नहीं होगी. इसीलिए ये इरिगेशन सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है. एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दिस इरिगेशन ओनली फार्मर्स दे आर इन ट्रबल. Okay, because in few places we have to depend on rain for proper irrigation. We have to store the water. Storage of water should be there, isn't it? And we have to use water precisely so that it can be utilized. Each and every single drop of water can be utilized. Okay, for that methods are there. There are 2 types of method. First, we will understand what is meant by irrigation. Irrigation means regular supply of water to the crop as per requirement, right? The crop should be regularly watered, and that regular supply of water is given by the process of irrigation, जिसको हम खेत में पानी डालना बोलते हैं ना, क्रॉप को पानी देना बोलते हैं. तो there are 2 different methods of irrigation. One is traditional method, one is modern method. In traditional method, what happened? The traditional method, इट वाज विदाउट इलेक्ट्रिसिटी। ट्रेडिशनल मेथड जो है उसके अंदर इलेक्ट्रिसिटी की जरूरी नहीं है। ओके, एंड ट्रेडिशनल मेथड्स दे वेर वेरी लेबरस, और वी कैन से दैट लॉट ऑफ एफर्ट्स done by the farmers or with the help of animals. Farmers, they were using animals like horse is there, bullock is there. Okay, so bullock and horse have been used, even camels also, depends on that which kind of animals, domestic animals are available. Okay, so the laborious work done by animals and even human beings, laborers they were using, human laborers. So what were the traditional method? Traditional method कौन से मोट, राइट। मोट का मतलब क्या होता है? लीवर सिस्टम। आपको मालूम है लीवर इज अ सिंपल मशीन विच इज यूज्ड टू डू लॉट ऑफ वर्क इन अ लेस टाइम एंड विथ लेस एफर्ट। सो दिस पुले सिस्टम इज also there, लीवर सिस्टम इज also there, rahat is there, chain pump is there, dhekli is there. So these all are traditional method. In some villages, some farmers, they are now also they are using this traditional method, right? I have given a proper picture of these all traditional methods in given notes. You should follow the notes. If you follow the notes, you will get all the pictures here. Okay, here I cannot draw, I will explain them. Okay, but if you go to the notes, you will understand in a better manner. Okay, so whatever the traditional methods are there, moat is there, chain pump is there, rahat is there, that is nothing but lever system. Then dhekli, right, it is also one of the oldest method of irrigation. So this irrigation method of these old methods of irrigation, they are cheaper and they required no electricity. Whatever the laborers work is there, that is done by the animals or farmer itself or farmer's family member. So that's the reason they were, what we can say, they economically good for the farmers, so they are utilizing them. But now we will understand the modern methods of irrigation. So whatever the modern methods of irrigation, so modern methods of irrigation, right, there are two modern method of irrigation. They are sprinkler system and drip irrigation system. So sprinkler system is what? It is just like a falling rain. The pipe fittings have been done in the farm, and with the help of nozzles, right, these nozzles are there, these nozzles are having holes, and through these holes the shower like or natural arrangement of rain, right, shower like structure, arrangement of supply of water will be done, and it just look like a rain falls. Okay, so rotating nozzles sprinkle water as it rainy, and this water is supplied to the crop. There is no need to go into the farm. If you do the arrangement pipeline system and if the motor is on, then this water will automatically supply to the farm with the help of, what we can say, that sprinkler, right. Different rotating nozzles are there, this side and that side, they sprinkle like rain, right. Then second one is the drip system. ड्रिप इरिगेशन सिस्टम इज दैट इन दिस वे वी कैन सेव वाटर. क्या होता है कि स्प्रिंकलर इरिगेशन में, स्प्रिंकलर सिस्टम में वाटर सेव नहीं होता. वाटर विल स्प्रेड ऑल ओवर द ग्राउंड एंड टॉप लेयर ऑफ द सॉइल ऑन द क्रॉप, एंड दिस वाटर कैन बी इवोपरेटेड. ओके, एंड एक्चुअली द रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ वाटर इज टू द रूट्स. प्लांट के अगर आप स्टेम को, लीव्स को पानी देंगे तो कुछ भी फायदा नहीं. पानी किधर जाना चाहिए? द वाटर शुड रीच अप टू द रूट्स, देन ओनली इट कैन बी एब्सॉर्ब. सो दिस ड्रिप सिस्टम इज मोर इफेक्टिव, राइट, और वी कैन से इन फैक्ट मोस्ट इफेक्टिव मेथड. वाटर फॉल्स ड्रॉप बाय ड्रॉप एट द रूट लेवल. वाटर कहाँ पे जाता है? रूट लेवल. देयर इज अंडरग्राउंड पाइपलाइन और एट द ग्राउंड लेवल पाइपलाइन. These pipelines are having holes, small holes. So drop by drop water is just, what we can say, that supply to the crop. Where the crop is there, their hole is there, and in this manner the drop by drop water is supplied. Here hole will be there, and this water will supply to the plant, and crop will start growing. So this irrigation system, what is drip system? Water falls drop by drop at root level, most effective, which is saving water, which saves water. So nowadays farmers, they are going for this. This sprinkle irrigation is good for the where soil is sandy. Sandy soil जहाँ पे, वहाँ पे sprinkle irrigation is very good. But for proper growth of fruits and vegetable, this drip irrigation is more effective. Okay, drip irrigation saves water, and give a drop by drop to water. So water is at the base, this root level, so it will not evaporate and extra water will not be given to the plant. Okay, so this is important. So next step, important step is protection of crops. As you know that crops, they are what they are taking like a care, like a child. So child of farmers, so they have to take care. How our parents, they are taking care of us, in the same manner farmers, they are also take care of their crops. So what, from what they have to take care, they have to take or protect their crop from weeds. Now you must be surprising, what is mean by weeds? Weeds का मतलब होता है unwanted plants. What do you mean by weed? These weeds means unwanted plants. ऐसे plants जो जरूरी नहीं है. But what happen, these unwanted plants, they are growing along with the crop. They are growing along with the crop, and when they are growing along with the crop, whatever the fertilizers, manures, then water, everything what is provided to the crop, they are doing competition with the growing crop. They do competition with the growing crop, and hence what happens, the growth of crop is affecting, है ना, प्लांट की ग्रोथ अफेक्ट होती है, बिकॉज दे आर नॉट गेटिंग सफिशिएंट न्यूट्रिएंट्स, मिनरल्स एंड वाटर. So that the reason protection of crop is important, and especially from weeds. Weeds means unwanted plants which grow along crops, which grow along with crops, which grow along with crops. So these are weeds, and these weeds, they have to remove it. अगेन देयर आर मेथड्स, दे कैन रिमूव इट मैन्युअली. मैन्युअली उसको रिमूव कर सकते हैं. आपको मालूम है जिसको विड़ा बोलते हैं. व्हाट इज दिस सिकल? व्हाट इज दिस सिकल? सिकल इज नथिंग बट विड़ा. विद द हेल्प ऑफ दिस सिकल दे कैन कट दैट, एंड बेटर वे इज टू पुल देम आउट, टू अपरूट देम. उनको बैठ के वहां उनके बाजू में बैठ के निकालना पड़ता है, isn't it? So what happen, if you remove this unwanted plants, what we call weeds, these weeds, if they removed, then this is good for the growing crop. This crop will not get any competition after removing the weeds, and they will grow rapidly, right? They will grow in a rapid manner or fast manner. So the weeding or removing weeds can be done by manually, by sickle, or by pulling them out by hand, uprooting, or spreading weedicides. केमिकल्स आर ऑल्सो अवेलेबल, जैसे कि 2,4-D. 2,4-D एक केमिकल है विच इज व्हाट वी कैन से दैट वीडिसाइड्स. वो स्प्रेड करना पड़ता है. आफ्टर स्प्रेइंग दिस वीडिसाइड्स, द वीड्स विल डाई. इट इज हेल्पिंग टू किल वीड्स, but it is not affecting to the crop, growing crop. So weedicide is also used, or now pesticides also they have to use. Pesticide means what? Some rodents like rats are there, some insects are there, worms are there. What? They are damaging growing crops, they are damaging leaves of growing crop. If the leaves get damaged, crop will not be healthy. So for that reason they have to use pesticides, right? It is also made up of chemicals. So this pesticide they are using, weedicide they are using to kill the unwanted plants, to kill the insect. Also insecticides are also used. So these are the method to protect crop from unwanted plants, right? The next method is that after the protection of the crop, right, after the protection of the crop, when crop is ready, when crop ripens, जब crop पिक जाता है, जिसको पिकना बोलते हैं ना, so during that time, after the proper care, the crop is ready to harvest. क्रॉप क्या हो जाता है? हार्वेस्टिंग के लिए रेडी होना पड़ता है, हाँ, रेडी हो जाता है. सो दैट क्रॉप वी हैव टू कट. द कटिंग ऑफ हार्वेस्टेड और राइपन और मैच्योर्ड क्रॉप, व्हाट? कटिंग ऑफ matured crop is called harvesting. Harvesting period is most active, or we can say that the best period for farmers. Okay, whatever the hard work they had been doing right from last 3-4 months, now it's time to get that crop. उनके हाथ में वो फसल आ जाती है. So for that harvesting there are again some methods. Harvesting का मतलब होता है cutting of ripened crop, or we can say matured crop. So this is after cutting they have to do threshing. What? They have to do threshing to separate the grain from the chaff,
right, to separate the grain from the chaff. And after that, winnowing process is also there, right? Separation processes we have learned during 6th standard, when we were in 6th standard. Separation methods we have learned in that. Threshing, winnowing also we have learned that. So this threshing and winnowing, they are separating from the crop grain from the other part of the plant, this cut plant. Then cutting of ripened crop is called harvesting. Then threshing, winnowing is done by manually or by machine, right? Combine, आजकल एक combine नाम की machine आ गई, right? This combine is doing threshing and winnowing at a time and separating the grains, but it is not affordable to all kinds of farmers. Okay, so threshing and winnowing is done by the farmer at their farm only, with the help of wind and with the help of manual or animals, laborious work. And then next one is, after cutting of the crop, farmers, they have to keep or store their harvested crop safely, right? ये जो grains होते हैं, grains को अच्छे से safely रखना जरूरी है. What will happen if you do not storage your crop or harvested crop in a proper manner? So this is what all damaged, what we can say that this is when whatever the hard work is done by the farmer, ये जो पूरे steps, ये जो पूरा hard work किए वाला है farmer ने, वो पूरा waste जाएगा, उसके ऊपर पानी फिर जाएगा if the storage is not done. So again, this is one of the important task for farmer, how and where to store the grains. Then these grains should be saved, or we can say kept, stored at airy and dry place, because airy should be there, proper ventilation should be there, and they should be dry, because if moisture is there, then moisture is inviting fungus, right? If the fungus grow, they will damage the crop, they will damage the seeds, and as a result, the damaged seeds will not sell into the market, or they will get very less money, right? So they have to be very careful, because this is one of the important part of farming, how to store the grains, storage. So silos are there and granaries. Nowadays a big silos or godowns are available to store. They are made up of metal, so they are dry, moisture will not grow there, and they are airy. If you go through the notes, whatever the notes I have given, you will come to know that how they are, the grains are damaged, and how we can save the grain from damage. If the moisture is there, then definitely fungus will grow. And if the grains are stored at place where rodents are available, or we can say that rats are there, insects are there, then again they will damage entire these seeds. So they should be airy, they should be dry, and they should be away from rodents and insects. तो ऐसी जगह चाहिए जहां पे वो ग्रेन को स्टोर कर सकते हैं, एंड दैट इज कॉल्ड स्टोरेज. दिस इज वन ऑफ द इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट. सो डियर स्टूडेंट्स, वी हैव लर्न दिस एग्रीकल्चरल प्रैक्टिसेस. ओके, सो now I will take a little bit revision, and in that whatever the remaining parts are there which are also important, and if you go through the notes whatever provided on our school's website, you will get good marks. Okay, so you should follow those notes and follow these modules, okay, whatever the teaching is going on online. Okay, so you have to revise it in the next session, or I will tell you the entire concept map. Okay, so welcome once again. Crop production and management. Okay, so we are going to revise entire lesson. Recapitulation of lesson. What is the name of lesson? Crop production and management. Lesson number 1 of standard 8 science. So first we have learned crop. Crop is nothing but same kind of plants growing at one place on a large scale. They are called crops. There are 3 kinds of crops which depends on what they give us. Food producing crops are there, fiber producing crops are there, and oil producing crops are there. Crops are divided into 2 patterns in our country as per their growth of pattern. They are Kharif and Rabi. Kharif means summer. Kharif crop means summer. During the month of June to September, their growth timing June to September. But preparation is done before June only. 1 month before only preparation done by the farmers. Then October to March, their sowing period is October or November, and their harvesting period is March or April. Okay, so they are winter crops, they are called rabi crops. Example, gram, wheat, they are rabi crops. Paddy, maize, they are summer crops. They need lot of water, so that's the reason they are harvested during the month of June. And they need less water, but temperature low is required for their growth, so they are grown, gram and wheat. Now, agricultural practices, which is one of the important part of this lesson. Crop production. Without agricultural practices, we cannot produce crop. So what are the agricultural practices? Number one, preparation of soil. प्रिपरेशन ऑफ सॉइल में हमने क्या देखा? प्लगिंग है, लेवलिंग है एंड मैन्यूरिंग. प्लगिंग, लेवलिंग एंड मैन्यूरिंग. टिलिंग is also there. So preparation of soil should be ready for the crop production. Okay, and if it is not ready, then crop will not grow properly. So different things, different tools, they are used for preparation of soil. Then selection of seed. Second one is selection of seed. Then sowing. Then what is next one? Sowing of seed. Traditional tools are there, manually also we can do, or seed drills are also available. Then fourth one is addition of manure. Adding manure and fertilizers. Fertilizers are made up of chemical, manure is made up of organic material, organic things. So next one is irrigation. Irrigation is sprinkle irrigation and drip irrigation, right, for proper supply of water at regular intervals. Irrigation can be defined as the supply of water at regular intervals to the crop is called irrigation. Sprinkler irrigation is there and drip irrigation is there. Then after irrigation, protection of crop is there. Protection of crop from the weeds, right? Protection of crop from the weeds. Protection of crop from weeds. Then harvesting. After protection of the crop is harvesting. Harvesting means cutting off ripened or matured crop, right? Harvesting. And after harvesting, storage of grain. Storage of grain is also equally important. Silos and godowns are there. Godowns are there, which should be airy and dry, away from the rodents and insects. So these are the important practices. What? Preparation of soil, selection of seed, sowing, adding manure and fertilizers, irrigation, protection from crop, protection of crop, and harvesting of crop, and storage of grains. So these are important agricultural practices, and whatever the tools are required or necessary, these tools we can say that ये tools के अंदर क्या आएगा? देखो, what are the tools? Plow is there, hoe is there, HOE, then sickle is there, cultivator is there, combine is there, harrow is there. So different things are there. Spade is also used by farmers. So different tools are used, and beside that, what happen? Farmers, they have to use some modern techniques. Sometimes what happen, if you are growing same crops alternately in every season, then what happen? The fertility of the soil get reduced, because soil has nutrients, and if you are using same kind of crop, the nutrients also will get exhausted. न्यूट्रिएंट्स खत्म हो जाएंगे, फिर प्लांट की ग्रोथ प्रॉपर नहीं होंगी. सो ड्यूरिंग दैट टाइम, what the idea can be done by the farmer, whatever the new techniques, that means we can take more crop in less time and in the same kind of farm. So for that, intercropping is there. Intercrop between two same crops, right? Between two same crops, some other crops can be grown. That is called intercrop. Mixed crop method is there. दो तीन अलग अलग crops एक साथ लगाना. Between crops we can grow vegetables also. जैसे summer में करते हैं, isn't it? Winter season में करते हैं. They can grow those vegetables, because anyhow farmer had done lot of hard work. Manuring is done. Fertilizers are applied. Insecticides are applied. So these things, farmer if use wisely, it can take two crops at a time. intercrops is there, then field follow is also there. Field follow का मतलब क्या होता है कि sometimes if you take wheat this year, isn't it, next year you don't take anything. This is very rarely happening in our country. Okay, because farmers, they are continuously growing crop. If they do not grow, they will not get to money to survive. So field fallow is little bit difficult, but if you use this technique, means you are not taking crop for next season. एक season के लिए crop को क्या करना है, soil को as it is रखने देना है. So during that period the soil is again regaining all the nutrients and it is ready for full of nutrients for the next season. Okay, the next one is crop rotation method. क्रॉप रोटेशन मेथड में क्या होता है कि whenever you are growing wheat in a farm, so whatever the nutrients are there, these nutrients will get exhausted by utilization of crop, by crop utilization. Then if you use different crop which is needs different kinds of nutrients, okay, so that is called what we can say crop rotation method. एक season if you take wheat, next season you take gram, pulses. So what happens when you are growing pulses in that field, if you grow pulses in that field, during that time the legumes, they will increase the rhizobium are there. These rhizobiums, they are increasing the fertility of the soil, right, by nitrogen fixation, right. Nitrogen is essential. So these techniques can be done by what, crop rotation method. One season wheat, one season gram. So whatever the nutrients are there, these all nutrients will get replenished. Replenishment of nutrients into the soil is most important task. Okay, so these techniques also farmer can use to get the good yield and to get the profit. So dear students, we have completed our lesson number 1. Okay, though it is short, but what we today learned, the important parts of the lessons, and I think I have covered entire the lesson, whatever the points are given in our textbook. But if you go through the notes, in addition to that textbook all of you are having, I made special separate notes for you and separate pictures are given there in notes. If you follow the notes, you will get all the diagrams, you will get all the important images related with this lesson, and in addition to that a short summary of the lesson. Okay, so I hope you will follow this, and if you have understood everything, then no problem. And if you have any doubt regarding whatever the lesson, right, I taught, you can call me. I am always ready to solve your problems. Okay, so I will be waiting for your call, and just do revision of the lesson. Okay, go through the textbook, open the textbook, read the paragraph and whatever the explanation done by your teacher, science teacher. Okay, so till then, thank you, take care.